to Twitter. And let's go to my channel here. We don't even have the backdrop. Where is the backdrop? It's this one. No, this one. There we go. Nice. All right, let's go YouTube, Twitter, and let's go into channel. I haven't done a. Hey, we got 4 people in here. Right on, right on. Welcome, guys. I'll be right back in the chat in just a second. I'm just going to quickly share this all out to Twitter. And one sec. Copy. Bada bing, bada boom. And yeah, I wish I had a better way to do this. If you're in the chat right now, I'm sorry. I wish I had a better way to do this. Through Restream, it would be a lot easier if I didn't have to go through this whole thing. But okay, I'm done. I'm good. Yo, what's up, Flat Earth Underground? How you doing today? How's everyone doing in the chat? We got 6 people in here already. This is awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in. So, just going to make sure. Oh, my I's are dotted. Yeah, we're good. 8 people in here. All right. If you're in here, guys, please like the stream on the way in. We really appreciate that. And I should have got my little thingy all ready from before this, but I didn't, so it'll just look like a cryptographics logo. Sweet. How is everybody doing today? 17 people. Oh, we just jumped. Rob Dobson. Yo, what's up? What's up? Flat Earth Underground's in the house. We got JC Asylum. What's up? What's up? Hex Deck, let's go. We got Fat Sammy Slice in the house. Let's get it. Sweet. So I'm excited for today's stream. I wanted to talk and go over, because I've been getting a lot of comments that people are, from my last video, a little confused, which is my fault completely, about how to get Pulse when it comes to actually when it comes to Mainnet. So today we're going to be talking about a lot of strategies to make sure that we got you're good with Pulsechain. You have some for transactions. We're going to talk strategies for Mainnet. We're going to go over a lot of stuff. We're going to stream for probably a couple hours, and then we're actually going to be hopping over to Jen Hex's stream, and we're going to be streaming for another 2 hours with a bunch of other great Hexicans. So if you guys enjoy this, stick around for the second half, because it's going to be on a different channel, and we're going to have a lot of fun today. I'm just checking with chat. We got Rashi Herbs, yo, yo, yo. Welcome to the stream. What's up, man? What's up, Dustin? Forex trader. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I thought so. I thought it'll be a good topic for today. Just making sure everyone's, just in case, because like there's this sentiment that's been in the air that I've been noticing on Twitter, and anyone else I talk to or see talking about it. It's like maybe it comes out sooner than we think it does, So let's just make sure all our T's are crossed and our I's are dotted, and the whole 9 yards. Make sure everyone's up ready to go here. So grooving, playing with the Pulse Bridge, attaboy. That's what we need to do. That's whatever. If you haven't already, guys, please, A, smash the like button. Shameless plug. And B, go to the testnet and play around with it. Make sure you're comfortable with it. Make sure you know exactly how you're going to start using it. Get comfortable, how you hook up, how you switch networks, how you do the bridge. Make sure all of that is super easy to use and you're comfortable. So that way when Pulsechain goes live, you're not scrambling and you don't make a mistake and lose all your coins or half your coins, or you don't get hacked or anything you can think of, okay? So please, guys, go do what JC Asylum is doing. Go groove, go play with the Pulse Bridge, and get ready. What's up, bro? Nice work. Keep it up. Hey, thank you, Jeff Ed. Really appreciate that. Been trying to think of what I'm going to talk about on Monday, which I'm a little struggling with at the moment. Kind of like just went a little hard over the last week and a half, and now I need to like recoup and figure out exactly what to talk about. Because the last thing I want to do is just, say the same things over and over. I want to be able to bring you guys content and actually something to chew on every time, and not just kind of like, morph the same thing into something different we're now looking at a different angle. So it's been a little bit of a struggle, especially because this all happened within the last like 3 weeks, this whole channel. So I'm still figuring out the whole the content thing, but I will figure it out. And there's going to be a video Monday. There is going to be a stream again tomorrow. So I appreciate your kind words there, Jafet. Yo, yo, yo. Heinz Crypto in the house. J-Man, Colorado in the house. We got people from all over. Dehexian. Hey, Cryptographics, love your videos. Awesome. Hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. I really, really do. It means a lot to hear you guys tell me exactly how I'm doing and make sure that I am not, yes, not running. Yeah, we're running out of content. Please, Pulse, please hurry. Yeah, there's a shortage of content out there. That's for sure. There's not enough already. PX might be a good topic for next week. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. There's so many ways. There's like, yeah, PHEX and how it would play out. What might be one thing? What do you like, Sammy? What do you have in mind for like the PHEX? Like, if you were to envision what that video would be, how would your angle, or what would you be curious to hear thoughts on? Because that might be a way to figure out a take on that. Let's see here. Do you know how I can set up a solo pool to sell my Pulse for PulseX to sell my Pulse for PulseX to PulseX for one of my yeah, like if you create a liquidity pool, it's going to be a little more tricky. Like, this is the thing. This is why I didn't get into it on my videos, is because to actually go and set up those pools is going to be a little bit more complicated. And I think that, like, this is the one thing that I'll have to go research, because I don't plan on starting pools at all. I plan on going, seeing what pools are there. If there's nothing that fits like a certain ratio that I would be willing to possibly maybe make a trade, I ain't touching it. So I will look into that in the future as of maybe not a video, because I don't really want to go making everyone start trying to do pools and whatnot. Lose your money, get in permanent loss, especially in the beginning. Because here's the thing. Impermanent loss is not just a one-sided endeavor. Like, if the price of one goes, and this is not for ratio trading like pre-bridge, but if the price on one side goes up exponentially and the other side doesn't really go up, there's an arbitrage opportunity. And essentially, if you pull your coins out of that pool in that time, you can have impermanent loss, meaning you will lose coins. But you can also lose coins if you put a pool in, right, and someone drains them. If they drain the pool, you lose your coins. So it's another way of impermanent loss. And that's more likely actually in the ratio trading than obviously outside the ratio trading, especially if you don't have like a gigantic amount of Pulse or PulseX, because you have to place both sides of the pool. You can't do a solo pool. You have to set up both sides of the pool. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about that, because it could be actually pretty detrimental to you very quickly. It might shock you. Pulsechain is going, speaking of shock, J-Man, Pulsechain is going to shock the world. Every single day we get closer, it's just getting more and more exciting, because like you just said, when it hits, it's going to be the slap in the face that no one was expecting, that kind of heard about Pulsechain but didn't really want to believe it, So Casey Savard, Quebec in the house. Hey, my French brother or sister, my French family. Thanks for the work you do, dude. Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming to the stream. Thanks for checking everything out. All right, we got Samuel. Okay, price for PHEX. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to price, guys, I think PHEX price appreciation is not being looked at as much as PLS and PLSX. It's not. You're right. And I mean, the hard thing to talk about with PHEX is it depends on how easy it is for people to migrate from Ethereum. And there might be, because there's a lot of people that are going to be wanting to migrate over to Pulsechain, but there may be a small or a larger group of people who may not be able to go to Pulsechain because it's just a little too difficult for them at the time. They don't want to do it. They're not sure yet. So there's so many variables, what I'm trying to say here. So when it comes to PHEX price appreciation, I do think that it will be higher than on Ethereum, but it's hard to speculate because there's just so many different scenarios. And honestly, too, when has anyone other than Richard Hart ever called a price? Right? He didn't even call a price. He called the top, right? So when has anyone called the price appreciation and got it right? You know, I don't know if I want to do that. So we'll see though. We'll see. That's a good idea. I'm going to look into that. Okay. We got Kevin S in the house. Hey, nice to watch you live. Make sure you go. Make sure you have your good mic on. Oh, is this on my bad mic? Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, please don't. Oh, damn.
All right. Okay. If you guys are here now, my mic's probably 10 million times better. Thank you, Kevin S. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh man. I gotta get better at doing that. I'm gonna figure it out eventually. I'm so used to my settings being saved, and it's just they're not. So I'll get used to it. It's my bad. But thank you, Kevin. We got Jen Hex in the house. Hey, when McLaren, hopefully sooner than you and I expect. I'm hoping. I would like that McLaren pretty soon here. Anyway, and we got Hot Sauce is lethal in the house. Hey, Hot Sauce is good. It is pretty lethal though, actually. I got this ghost pepper hot sauce that I've been saving for someone that's bold enough to try it. But I've done my ghost pepper wing stars. I don't need to do that anymore. I'm over that. It's enough pain for one man to endure in a lifetime. Anyone will be able to set up any pair they want if it doesn't already exist. At that time, they set the trading rate between the two tokens pair. Exactly. So because it's ratio trading, anyone can do that. The question I have, because I have not looked into it and I'm probably not going to look into it, is exactly how to do that, because I'm not interested in setting those pairs up. I'm just interested in what people do. If there's a good enough ratio, I might look at it, but be careful, guys. That's all I'll say. Is Hex the best ERC coin to hold before a mainnet? Lucius Giorgio, thanks for coming. Personally, now, the best is, like I've said for other things, it's if you define best, I can answer this question better, but let's assume you mean what ERC is going to bring you the most value the quickest over on Pulsechain. As I'll make an assumption here of what you mean. If you're defining best as that, then I do believe that Hex is going to be the best ERC to hold, because as all the Hex that gets copied over goes live, you have the greatest community, the largest subset of people that are going to know about Pulsechain are in Hex, right? They're in Hex and they're waiting for PulseX and Pulsechain, right? And most of them own Hex. So that means that most people that know about Pulsechain right now are going to do something and potentially even pump more money in, because a lot of people, there's the potential for a lot of people who have stakes or have liquid hex on Ethereum they don't want to stake, because they know if they stake for a long time, it could cost them a full ETH by the time their stake is done or more, right? And it might not be worth it. So they've been waiting and they want to move over to Pulsechain, right? So I think there's more so a likelihood of people going from Ethereum to Pulsechain and then the price going up on Pulsechain versus people taking their free coins and moving over to Ethereum. So what that means for Hex, as far as regards to the ERC coin to hold before mainnet, is that means when you have your free coins on the side here, those coins are actually likely to go up in value. Probably the most, I would speculate, of any of the coins that would be able to be bridged over. So not only are you getting a one-to-one copy, but this copy might actually get a little bit bigger, which is on Pulsechain. And if you wanted to use that to trade for PulseX or Pulse or whatever, right, you actually have the opportunity then to utilize a bigger bag of Hex to make a play, right? So that's the angle I'm looking at it. And I'd say SHIB would probably, I don't want to talk about holding SHIB, but as far as the communities, I think SHIB is one of the bigger ones, but Hex, it just seems like it is the go-to. Nothing else is making as much sense as it is for holding Hex. So I hope that answers your question enough. But if I missed what you mean by best, then please clarify and I will re-answer that. I'm thinking Richard Hart is going to make the next YouTube. He might be over the bans. Yeah, you know what? I mean, he's forked about everything. He'll probably fork YouTube as well. Probably should at this point. How are you securing profits on Pulsechain since we're unsure of how stable USDC is going to be on Pulse? Right now, the move seems to be using PHEX as the stable. Makes sense. Yeah, more or less. I think because it is going to be the one tied. I don't want to say mainly tied, but secure. Like honestly, as far as profits go, like personally, I'm probably not going to touch profits on Pulsechain for quite a while. Like they're going to stay on the chain and they'll maybe bridge over someday when it makes sense to whether whenever I need to or just makes sense to. PHEX, I don't know what I would do because here's the thing: if I would rather not sell anything that I'm like. Here's the thing: I would rather my investments go into Hex or Pulsechain or PulseX, right, as my coins, and all of those are going to be the untouched, like the golden goose kind of thing, like where they produce yield for me. So with PulseX, you've got the single-sided staking, right? So with PulseX, I wouldn't sell my PulseX. I would fatten my PulseX bag if I could. And then when it got to a point where like, okay, I'm good. It's producing enough for me to do whatever I wanted to do with that. Then use those tokens, right? Whatever reward token that is that you're earning and pull that out. And I would rather not sell down the price of Hex, Pulse, or PLSX if I can ever help it, right? Because if I'm holding it, why would I want to sell it down? Because it kind of hurts me. Even if it's a smaller bag, right? Still, not really something I want to do. So I'm gonna wait to see what happens with the stable coins. Be really curious, but I have no plans to take profits right away. So I'm kind of still figuring out that situation. Much better. Awesome. Okay. Good. You're on it. You're my audio guy now, Kev. You're my audio guy. When is launch? Well, Michelle, first of all, thank you for coming to the stream. Second of all, the launch doesn't have a date yet. What we have a version 2B that is out of what we're expecting to be 3 total test versions of Pulsechain. So at the earliest, the extreme earliest, like if everything went perfect, no hiccups, no nothing, from what it sounds like and from what Richard said in his last stream, we could see at the most unlikely about a month out, but I would not count on that. I would count probably a couple months down the road or more. That's what I would expect to see all that. If it happens sooner, then perfect. Like watch Twitter every day or watch whatever your updates are every day to make sure that all of or you're not missing anything, that it doesn't launch and you miss it, but expect it to be way down the road. Let's see here. Hot sauce is lethal. This guy, yeah, hot sauce, you're on it. The forked USDC tokens will be worthless since they obviously aren't backed by any real cash on the liquidity side. Exactly. So, and the thing is too, is with USDT and USDC, we don't know if they can be validated yet. And that's one thing I need to look more into, but they aren't backed or they aren't pegged on the Pulsechain side. So good point, hot sauce. Hello, like your videos. Thank you, Patrick. And thanks for coming and checking it out today. How many X can Pulsechain and PulseX do in 12 months? I know nobody knows. Any thoughts? If you want to understand what I think the first year will be like, I've done 2 videos that will give you more thorough than what I'll get into. It's a long talk, and it's basically, well, here's what I think. I think the first 12 months, PulseX is going to perform quite well. I think Pulsechain. Well, here's the thing though, because PulseX has built-in pressure towards its price, right? The way the buy and burn function acts is though, as the price is going wherever the price wants to go, the PulseX protocol, or the way it functions, is always going to try to be moving it up, right? And if people are selling it down, it's going to be trying to move up as well because of the buy and burn. So I'm not going to say X's. I'm not going to say prices. I do think that you will be very, very happy in 12 months if you're holding one or either of them or both of them, or one or both of them, really. I think that Pulsechain has the probability to do better than Ethereum. And if you saw my video on how Pulsechain will do better than Ethereum, Ethereum did a 47x from its all-time low to its top in the first year. I'm not saying it's going to do a 47x. I think that we might not see that kind of number in the first year, right? It really depends. We may see a slow gain, and then like in year 2, when everyone jumps over and there's more network usage, and the coin or the token itself is held by more people, that the price goes through the roof, right? We may not see a lot of these gains that we're expecting due to like, we're not like, the way we may be looking at it is the price of the coin or the token can do this in perfect scenarios, right? But we may not be in that perfect scenario when Pulsechain launches. We may need more daily volume. We need more people on board to see the potential gains that they could do. So maybe year 2 is the one that we see everything pop off. Okay. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope in like a week we're all billionaires, but I mean, it's probably not likely. So Mike, welcome. And guys, real quick, we got I'm seeing 96 people in here. This is awesome. It's so cool to see that. If you haven't already, smash the like button. Let's get the likes up. What are we at here for likes? 30 likes. We got 98 watching. Let's get to 60. I think 60 would be fair for 20 minutes in. All right, let's answer Mike's question here. Hey, mate, I did sacrifice in PLSX. Do you advise not to bother with a testnet now and wait till everything is finally live and running to set up? Or do I miss something here? Sorry for a dumb question. No, there's no dumb questions, my friend. I would highly recommend you don't have to play with your PulseX balance in your wallet. It will be there. If you connect the MetaMask to the testnet that you sacrifice from, you'll be able to get your balance over there and you'll be able to play with all those coins and actually test everything out. I would highly recommend that if you're not comfortable using what's your main wallet, you can go in MetaMask and you can create another wallet or another account and just make that a burner account and play in there. I did a video on 4 steps you need to know for Pulsechain. It shows you how to get test Ethereum. It shows you how to hook up through the bridge, send stuff over, do some swapping. I would highly recommend, and this goes for anyone that's in the chat, if anyone hasn't already hooked up to the testnet, I've got a couple of videos on my channel. Go check them out. They will help you run through everything you need to know. And please go check it out if you want to make any trades or do anything on Pulsechain when it goes live. Once Pulsechain goes live, if you don't know what you're doing, it's so much easier to make a mistake. Because here's the thing: 2 things can happen. One is you don't know what you're doing necessarily, right? So you're more prone to clicking the wrong thing or making the wrong move. Plus, there's also the chance, depending on how hyped you are for this, that your emotions get involved and you're so excited that like your logical side of your brain just like turns off. And the next thing you know, you think you're making a good move. Like maybe you're thinking like, I'm going to trade my PulseX for Pulse or Pulse for PulseX or PulseX for Hex or whatever, right? And you're so like excited that you make a bad move and you make a horrible trade and you regret it like the instant it happens, So definitely everyone in the chat that hasn't already, after the stream or whenever you can close the stream, you can go do it right now. Like, I'd love that. Honestly, it's more important than listening to the stream and hanging out. Like, understanding what's about to come and being comfortable with it is the most important thing coming up right now. So I hope that answers your question, Mike. Yelder, let's go. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Chunky K, I stayed up till 3 a.m. anytime just to catch. Oh, man. Thank you, dude. That's awesome. I'm so stoked you're liking the videos on the channel that much where you're willing to do that, man. I appreciate you and thank you for coming. Thank you for staying up late to hang out with us. Top listing agents, Dave and Julia. I have learned so much from your videos. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you as well. I'm very happy to hear that you're enjoying the content. I will definitely keep that coming. Sacrifice rate was about 0.0001 per PLSX. Yep, excluding the volume bonus, approximately 17 trillion supply last I looked. Well, what's interesting, Hot Sauce, though, if you go to the Block Explorer, which I'm going to pull up in a second here. 1 second. I'll show you guys. So, is not. Wait, are you not working? Pulsechain Block Explorer. You'll see this in a second here. I'm just making sure it comes up properly so you don't have to watch me go through a million screens. All right, let's do screen share. Let's do Chrome tab. We're going to do this one and share. Cool. Let's make sure it looks good. Sweet. So here's where because I posted about the same in a recent video about a week ago. I made the same. I thought it was about the same, but check this out. If we go to type in PLS, no, PLS, rat pulse. Where is it? Oh, it's PulseX, sorry. I think it's this one. So check this out. So here, the total supply right now is 62 trillion. This is on the Block Explorer, right? So seeing that, my thoughts are, if that's what we're seeing on the testnet, and there are some balances that may or may not be fully fixed yet, there's a chance we see upwards of around 100 trillion. There's a chance. I'm not saying that that is, but when I saw that, because I really wanted to verify, when I was saying, I was like, I need to go make sure here. I need to go to the actual contract and see what's going on. So we may actually see about 100 trillion or around somewhere of PLSX tokens, which is kind of crazy. That's like not far off what the Pulse or PLS supply is going to be, which is pretty cool, actually. It's pretty sweet. So that was something I learned the other day that was pretty interesting. Let's just stop sharing for a sec here. Everything depends on the first few days, pools and farms rewards. Yeah, exactly. And Guy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming and checking it out. What are we at for likes here? Let me just check to see what we got. We got 56 likes. We got 106 in here. Guys, girls, everybody, if you haven't already, I'd love for you to smash that like button. And if you have been enjoying the videos, it would be awesome if you were to smash the big red button not far from the like button. That would make me very happy. And it would give me I'd be super stoked to see a bigger sub number, to know that a lot of you guys are still enjoying this and the content I'm making is actually doing its job. Let's see here. All right, perfect. We got it. Wrapped Ethereum. Let's see. Another question here. When I buy Pulse on the testnet, is that the actual coin I'm getting, or I'll have to convert it to actual Pulse when it goes live? Okay, so now this is another good question, because I've been seeing a lot of comments like this, and if I haven't responded to your comment as well, got a lot on my plate. This all started so recently, and there's just so much going on. I'm having a tough time keeping up with it, but I will answer your questions. And this is one of the big questions I've been getting asked: is when you buy a Pulse on testnet or anything to do with testnet, does things transfer over? And the easiest answer I can give you is no. Anything that happens on testnet stays on testnet. It's like Vegas. Okay. Just think about testnet. Testnet is Vegas. Okay. And when mainnet goes live, it's like a reset. The coins that you hold, or the coins that you're supposed to hold, actually get copied over, and then it's for reals. Okay. Anything on testnet is just playing around, doesn't hold any value, will not transfer over. You don't keep it once mainnet goes live. It all goes away. Right. So I hope that answers your question. Stick and chill. That's the name of the game. Everything on Tubi is just for fun. Exactly. Yeah, this is the answer right here for anyone that wants to know about what's going on with testnet and whether or not it's for reals or for nots. Academatiated in the house. Yeah, thinking that. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it's a lot sooner. I really am. But at this point, it is what it is. And you know what, though? Here's the thing. If it's delayed, that might not be a bad thing. Here's why, okay? If we are delayed getting to Pulsechain launch and more people start to talk about it, start to basically be able to go into different groups and go into different communities and actually push and show what Pulsechain can do for, because I don't know if we've reached much of like the Chainlink community or Decentraland. I mean, like, it sounds like we've kind of hit SHIB a little bit, but there's a lot more ERC20s than just those three, right? There's tons, and all those guys are getting their copies as well on Pulsechain. So I think the good news is it gives us more time to work on making that known to more people. And I think that's a really good thing, which means that when Pulsechain launches, if we do that and we all make an effort to try and not shill, but try and make people aware and try and educate them on how potent this potential situation is and how much they could benefit from it, I think that by the time we go live, our daily volume goes up, everything just gets better, right? The whole network benefits from it. We all benefit because there's more people on the network going to be moving coins around or buying or blah, 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 right? So I think it's not all bad. It sucks because we're all so excited and we all want Pulsechain to come out, but I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it is. It'll just kind of hurt a little bit while it's happening. But a little pain never hurt nobody, right? No pain, no gain. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. We just went over that in the Block Explorer there. And so I'm following a little behind in the comments here, but let's see if I can skim through. Oh, the ETH snapshot. Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's the snapshot is essentially, think of it like this: when Pulsechain mainnet goes live, there is either, and we don't know this, so this is going to be mostly based on speculation, but a block height. So which means that a certain block number that has gone through on Ethereum, right? So I'll show you here. Let's go to Etherscan real quick, and I can show you guys how this all works and try and make you guys understand it as easy as possible. Let's go to the Etherscan. Okay, so this is Etherscan. If you haven't been to this site, this is really cool because you can go and you can actually follow our wallets. You can go to the different contracts of the different tokens. It'll actually show you the proper supply. So for questions what the supply is, just go to Etherscan, and Etherscan will show you what the actual supply is, because the coin market cap sites, or the market cap sites, are pretty much all wrong. I mean, market cap's stupid anyways, but if we're gonna use it, I mean, this is right in quotations. So the block height, right? So block height means block number. So let's say Pulsechain mainnet goes live tomorrow and they choose this block as the snapshot. So what would happen would be everything that happened during and before this block, right? Or captured in this block and before this block would be the point that Pulsechain has everything copied over onto it, right? Anything after that, like let's say this happened today. Okay, so whatever happened today and before, we're copying everything over from that point, and everything that happens from today onward to when mainnet goes live is not copied over. Okay, so that's how the snapshot happens. That's why I don't ever want to push someone or make it seem like you got to hurry, you got to do your thing, you got to get your hex or whatever ERC20 and get it in your wallet, blah 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 blah. But it is important to do it sooner than, if you are ready to do it and you have a plan, you want to execute it, it's just better to have it sitting in your wallet just in case. Because if it happens, which it will, and you won't even be ready for it, it's going to be like the blink of an eye. It's like, oh my God, it's live, right? And if you mistime that, it's just unfortunate, right? You might not get the same benefit that you could have got if you actually prepared properly, had a strategy, and you were sticking to it, right? So I hope that answers your question. I can go a little bit more into detail if you like, but for now, let's just stick to that. Let's keep going. Yeah, let me know if that answered your question. Straight up, treat this like compounding and pay your future self. If you believe PLSX is going to hit $1, everyone gained is amazing. Exactly. I think people miss the fact that you have perpetual money printer. Yep. And you have that mainly with Hex, but you also now kind of have that with PLSX, which is really cool. You almost have like 2 hexes. You almost have like 3 hexes now, plus 2 hedrons. Oh, about to lose it. It's crazy what's coming, man. Charles Stark, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Not real numbers. Let's say I have 2,000 PLSX on my MetaMask with 3,000 at the SAC Checker website. The SAC Checker is the one you want to go to. Like basically anything that came over on the testnet probably wasn't accurate, because I had some balances that came over as well. They're not accurate. They're out by a lot, but it's not going to get fixed in the testnet. That'll get fixed when it goes over to the mainnet. So don't worry. If anyone's having the same question as well, do not worry if your balances that are showing in your wallet are not correct. Okay, that will all be fixed once we come to mainnet. Cool. So let's keep going here. Do you think Hedron will be worth down the road? Or what do you think Hedron will be worth down the road? Is it worth paying the current gas fees to mint collect Hedron from Hex stakes? So I think Hedron will, so I'm not going to make a price prediction. I think that Hedron has a ton of room and could be someday linked to the price of Hex. I don't mean like they're intertwined, but I mean they could almost be closely related and kind of following each other. There's a long way to go before that can happen, but I've heard I'm not going to say, I am not going to say the price prediction that Alex from Hedron, the guy who actually invented it, talked about. But if you can find the video, you'll hear the price prediction that he said. And please listen to that as though it is completely not true, but just speculation, and do more research to figure out why he said that. But I do think that Hedron will be surprisingly, it won't be nearly as cheap as it is now in like a year, especially with Pulsechain coming and 2 Hedrons about to go on, where you have Hedron on Pulsechain and you have Hedron on Ethereum. I think people are going to do some long stakes and try and really get as much Hedron as possible. And is it worth paying the gas fees to mint and collect Hedron from Hex stakes? I don't like the term worth. That's a tough one to properly quantify, but I will say that if you're looking for the most efficient strategy to collect your Hedron, if you do have a hex stake, it's to claim, because you still have a bonus now, right? So if you have Hedron that can be minted now and you can claim the bonus now. And what will happen is down the road, whenever your hex stake is almost done, or you want to collect those at a later date, then you mint them. And that is the best way to do it, because you can choose to act. Because if you just go and mint now, essentially you're losing a little bit of money because you're going to have to mint again down the road, right? So let that build up a little bit, right? Let the value accrue in, or build up from both Hedron and the dollar value, as hopefully the price continues to do what it's doing. And I'd say that's as close as I can say to like what worth it would be. You know, I don't really want to say worth it, but if the gas fees are low, I think Hedron is a good thing to be holding on to. But why hold on to it if you cannot, and let everything build up? Because by the time you mint it anyways, it's still going to be worth whatever it's worth at the time you mint it. So why not just wait, right? Why not just wait? Just food for thought. All right. Let's keep going here. I am just going to touch on the questions here if we got any. And we got 128. Whew, guys, girls, everybody. Holy moly. 128 watching. We got 77 likes. Oh man, let's get the likes up, guys. Let's go to 100 likes. Think we can hit 100 likes? I think we could do it. All right, let's just keep growing here. So guys, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go through the chat and I'm gonna quickly just go over the questions. If I miss saying hello, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just try and touch this. I want to catch up with the chat here, and then I really want to go into Pulsechain and making sure you guys all know how to get, if you haven't sacrificed, how to make sure you have Pulsechain the moment Mainnet or Pulsechain goes live. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. I'm just gonna touch over some comments here, catch up, and then we're gonna go over that. Okay. I like this one. This is a good one. I've seen this one a lot too. Also like the name T-Hex. How does the PRT token work? How are they of value? Who's paying for them? I'm new to this and don't understand the value of the incentive token. Okay, so first things first, there's two different tokens, okay? There is the incentive token, right? For liquidity providers that take those LP tokens, because when you provide liquidity, you get an LP token, which is worth your tokens plus interest. And if you take that token and you stake that back in the exchange, you can earn the incentive token. Okay. So the Pulse reward token, or the party token, however you want to look at it, is a placeholder token. It's not an actual token yet. It's just there to show you what will be coming. It's from my understanding, we, as anyone who holds PulseX, will be able to vote in the DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Exchange, which actually, you know what? Let's bring up right now. Let's go straight there. Let's go voting. Okay, cool. So let's click out of switch network. Cool. Okay, so in here, which is the testnet, but you go to the I don't think there's actually a button here. I don't know why there isn't, guys. So if you're trying to find this, it's the regular. If you go to PulseX's website, all you have to do is at the end of the .com, you type /voting, and you can come here. But if you come in here, there will be proposals that will be able to be voted on. And this is where the reward tokens are most likely to come up, and we'll be able to actually vote on which ones we want. And there may be rules, or maybe the token holders or the token issuer actually has limits on it. Who knows? But that's all where it's going to go to. So it's only a placeholder right now for new things to come. That's all you got to think about. It has no utility at the moment. That's it. That's all. Guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. And if you like the big red button, that one's big and shiny. Smash the big red button if you like smashing big red buttons. Who doesn't like pushing big red buttons? This is a good question. I'm going to try not to go too deep here. Does the supply and market cap matter? The price. It depends on what happens with the supply. If something's just got a massive supply, then, because really, supply in a liquidity pool, not total supply, the supply available in pools is what really controls the price, right? Just because people hold it doesn't mean the price goes up or down. Well, if you sell it, you put it in the liquidity pool, right? then the price is obviously going to go down because you're putting more into that liquidity pool and you're offsetting that ratio. Market cap is just a function of the total supply times last transaction price. That's it. But the problem with market cap is you can't actually extract value out of it. It doesn't measure anything, because here's the thing. Let's say we have in Hex, let's say Hex is $1 and we've got 600 and something billion dollar market cap, right? Just for hypothetical, just for sake of an argument here. The moment someone sells, the moment one person sells, that comes down, right? So why are we using a metric that is supposed to represent the entire value of all the coins when after one coin is being sold, that whole value shrinks? Makes no sense. Like it doesn't actually have any value to what's going. It doesn't dictate what the price can do, because like here's the thing: the price can only go up based on the liquidity that's available in pools. That's all. If someone went and bought, like, how much Hex is in the USDC? Let's go to info.uniswap.org. Let's look up Hex. Let's see real time what the amount of Hex that's available is. So the total value locked is 23 point something million. So I think we've actually gone a little down. What's the total? Where is the total numbers in here? Let's see. What is the supply? Where is it? I'm not going to be able to find it, I don't think, now. Of course. So essentially, though, what you could normally do is, if you go in here and you see what the supply is, you could come in here and you could actually figure out how much supply would need to be removed for the price to quadruple. Every time the liquidity on one side of a pool shrinks in half, the price quadruples. And I have a limited understanding of this, but I've listened to K4K explain this, and the way he did, it makes a lot of sense. And so going by that logic, we can also assume that that's the same way. The price will move up to quadruple whatever it is now. So that being said, the liquidity determines what the price is going to be. That's all, not market cap. So why are we using market cap? All it seems like to me is market cap is being used as like a legacy metric because regular finance uses it, or legacy finance uses it. And it also boosts the numbers for a lot of these coins as far as a ranking goes, right? They can rank high if they do it right, or it's a way to get ranked in general. Because if you just have price, it's like harder to rank, and there's no liquidity rankings right now, right? So I hope that answers your question. I know I said I wasn't going to go too deep on that, but I did. All right. Let's keep going here. Sorry, I'm way behind on the chats here. I might have to just scroll a ways here. Can you use the incentive token to buy PLS? You can use, if it has value, you'll be able to exchange it. There's probably going to be a liquidity pool, but we'll have to wait and see exactly what the pools are like. I assume there will be, but most likely, yes, you can. Let's see here. Karam, all I'm going to say is, if you sacrifice for something and you don't know what it is, you should learn from this, and you should make sure you understand something before you send money to anything at all. I'm not here to give you shit or anything like that, but I would highly recommend that you don't, like, okay, I'm going to try not to go on a rant here, guys, but also this is the thing we should all think about when it comes to crypto. In this space, it's really easy to get into the headspace of, I want to make $1 million as fast as possible. Okay. But we have to look at it from a different lens, because there's two ways to look at this. Okay. To look at crypto in its entirety. One, as an investment, which takes time to build. And in crypto, sure, it could go up fast, but it's not a casino. So the second one is the casino. You're trying to throw $100 or $1,000 or something. And Karim, I'm not talking about you specifically. I'm just talking about overall sentiment. And even from my experience, when I first got into crypto, what I thought it was all about, because this is what I've heard everyone say, right? So we have to get out of the mindset in crypto that we want to throw money at something just to try and make $1,000 or $10,000 or whatever kind of money you want to make. That's the high risk game to play. If you took that $100 and you did 2 or 3, 4 months worth of research, and you found one token and left it in there for a year, I'd almost guarantee you that that money will get you will have way better gains than anything you could have just thrown it at because it sounds exciting, right? You're like, I don't think there's a percentage, but you're so much more likely to lose money without doing research and just be like, oh, that sounds cool. It's attached to this. Cool. Boom. Smart investments. We're making investments here. We're not gambling, right? And sure, if you want to go ahead and do that, absolutely fill your boots. But we need to remember that this is an investment, and the sooner we can get away from this casino kind of mentality, the better our decisions are going to be as well. And also, the more we're all going to know individually, right? And the more we can help other people make decisions. So I hope that answers your question. Sorry for the rant. Sorry, not sorry. Quickly here. Yeah. Yes, correct. On testnet, nothing's real. It's just all play money. Let's just keep going. All right. Actually, I touched on this earlier. I'll say it quickly. I think, actually, you know what? I'll go over this later. I'm just going to catch up on the questions and whatnot real quick, and then I will go over that at some point later in the stream. Let's see. Hold on here. Let's go to this one. Life Changer, welcome to the stream. Awesome content, brother. Would you buy HEX for double tokens now, or just hold USDC and go hard on launch for Pulse? I would personally hold HEX because HEX is most likely to increase in value on Pulsechain, in my opinion. And therefore, if you are thinking of doing anything, or maybe you want to buy a bit of PLS or PLSX, that is the best way to have an increase on the free coins the fastest. So be able to buy the most for your free money the fastest. It's my 2 cents there. I'm a little confused. I'm getting the actual coin on the testnet, or would I be able to switch it over when it's live? Everything on the testnet is fake. It is just test. When mainnet goes live, it's like wiped clean as if it never happened, and everything is reset to what it should be come mainnet. Did he say block height range? Okay. So if he said block height range, that's good to know. I had heard he said block height. Maybe he did say that. I'll have to look into that. So thank you for that, DXN. I appreciate you, Made. Appreciate you. Let's see. Actually, this is okay. Yeah, we're gonna go right to the hour mark where I'm answering questions, and then at the hour mark here, because we're getting close, about 13 minutes out. Then, guys, we're gonna start talking about Pulse and Pulsechain specifically. So I'm gonna fast forward straight to the front of the chat, and I apologize if I skip your question, but I do want to make sure that we're staying on track and that I do get you guys to what I want to show you today. So thank you. So Luciza, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Some people are saying 5 to 10x maximum. Others are saying 10,000x. Who is full of shit? Well, here's the thing. I'm trying not to be this guy as well, as best I can, but I like to speak in potentials, okay? And for me, now also there's an assumption here. I don't know which coin you're talking about, and I'm assuming you're talking about like PulseX, maybe even HEX. When it comes to these gains, I think it's likely we see it's a new coin that has very, very good technical fundamentals or technicals built into it to make the price want to go up, especially for PulseX. There's a high utility amount for Pulse itself. So it's solving an issue of the gas fees for Ethereum. It's giving people free money to come over. I think a 5 to 10x is a healthy estimate. I think that's like realistic for like what you could almost expect over a year. I think if we didn't get a 5 to 10x, I'd be baffled. I'd be absolutely baffled. A 10,000x, that's the pipe dream. I mean, hey, Hex did it, right? Ethereum did a 14,000 roughly X from its bottom to its top. So, and if Pulsechain is coming over with the entire ecosystem, it is solving problems. It is bringing people's money over or coins over to duplicate it. It seems like Ethereum launched in 2015, so it's had 7 years on the market, right? So if we take that time frame and say and compare it to Pulsechain, I think we could beat that roughly. I think because it was like last fall, wasn't it? So a little shy of the 7-year mark, I think, but it's possible. But there's so many variables that could be anywhere in between. I think over 5 or so years, All I'll say is I think it will do a very good job and it will perform very well. If we get a 10,000x, amazing, but there's no guarantees on anything. Okay, that's what I'd like to leave it at without giving any numbers at all. All right. Would you say it's better to stock up on ETH or HEX to prepare for the snapshot? If you're comparing the two of them, ETH doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense at all, because here's the thing, you're getting diluted, right? If you have if you have one ETH, which is worth $20 or $3,000, right? And you have one ETH, you're getting one pulse. One pulse come snapshot. That means you're getting 0.0001 of a dollar. That's all you're getting for holding your one ETH. Or you could put it in HEX. I mean, any ERC, but just because of this comment, you then put it in HEX and you get a lot more tokens. You're not getting diluted because of the way the supply is being increased in the liquidity pools to balance them out. You're not getting diluted. You get a copy, and the price is likely to go up even a little bit on Pulsechain. Makes sense to me. That's all I'll say on that front. Cool. Jason, welcome to the stream. Jason Ruby, do you get PLS or PLSX if you have HEX staked? If you have HEX staked, you don't get either. You get more HEX. Will the amount of tokens on testnet be the same when mainnet launches? So the tokens on testnet may or may not be correct right now. The balances are being fixed, and when mainnet goes live, it will be proper. Everything that's happening on testnet is just test. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. Just want to answer this Borg protocol. Anything you do on test, if you lose everything on testnet, you'll still get all your coins on mainnet. Don't worry about it. Like, lose them all, double your stack, do whatever. Doesn't matter. Nothing will happen to your tokens once mainnet goes live. All right. Let me just scroll here. I'm going to get a little closer to the bottom, catch up to more of the current stuff because we're getting a little farther away here. And I'll just scroll here real quick. Charles Stark, I say I got you skipped there. Sorry, brother. Charles, if you, let's see here. Thanks for your response. Cool. Let's see. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go to this one real quick. Yeah, Hexian, if any of those guys would love to come on the stream and just talk about PulseX, HEX, the future of crypto, get philosophical, I would be thrilled. Both those guys are awesome. K4K is a beast. Like, he is so good, and he has so much knowledge, so much in-depth understanding at the macro level and the more micro level. And Matt is just such a kind-hearted human. He's also super smart. He gets it too. He is no slouch when it comes to the crypto game. I would love to have a conversation with either those guys or both those guys. It'd be amazing. All right, I'm gonna sorry, hey guys, sorry if I skip a little bit here. I just want to make sure that I'm getting most of the questions here before we move on to the Pulse stuff. All right, so I gotta click this one. Yeah, Canada rocks. It's a little tough out here right now, but Canada rocks. Thanks for coming, Thais. Let's see here. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jake. Trying my best. This is a lot of stuff going on. Yes. Again, I hope I answered this already, but yes, 100%. All right. It seems like I got Tin Top in the chat. I don't know if I said hello to you, Tin Top. Thank you so much for coming. Always appreciate you coming by. Let's just keep scrolling. We're getting close to the bottom. Let's see. Okay. This isn't a bad question. So if I have 1,000 EHEX, okay, I'm hoping this doesn't go completely over everyone's head here, but this is a distinction that's really important to make. Okay. So, Ash, I see your statement there from a couple of minutes ago. If I have 1,000 EHEX to get 1,000, if I have 1,000 EHEX, I get 1,000 PHEX. Okay. So if I lose you, this is okay, but just try and understand this, okay? So there is HEX on Ethereum, and there is HEX on Pulsechain. That's what we should call those things, because here's where it gets confusing. When you go, and let's just go right to, let's go to the Pulse ramp. Oh, hold on. That's not the right one. ramp. Okay, so when we're at this bridge here, guys, this is very important to know. Okay, so look, see what's on my screen right now. At the top here, coming from Pulsechain, is Hex, because it lives on Hex. It originated from Pulsechain, and it's called Hex, right? It's on the right chain. But when you bring Hex from Pulsechain over to Ethereum, it's called P-Hex. So this little P here, all it's doing is clarifying where it came from. Okay. E-Hex means Ethereum hex. It came from Ethereum and is currently on Pulsechain. It's out of the network it's supposed to be. It's been bridged over. Okay. And P-Hex means it's on Ethereum, but it's originated from Pulsechain. Okay. Please make sure that you're not, because the thing is if we can all get this language correct and on the same page, it'll be much easier to communicate these points and actually understand what's going on. Okay. So I hope that made sense. Again, there's Hex, it'll be called Hex, which lives on Ethereum. There's Hex, also called Hex, that will live on Pulsechain. When the Ethereum Hex is moved over to Pulsechain, it will be called E-Hex because it's from Ethereum and is not on Ethereum anymore. If the Pulsechain hex moves over to Ethereum and is bridged, it has a P in front of it. Again, we go to this pulse ramp, hex on Pulsechain called Hex. The Pulsechain based hex now on Ethereum that has been bridged over is now called P-Hex. This is showing you where it originated from. It's not saying that it's PulseX or Ethereum hex. It is Pulse originated hex. It came from the Pulsechain. So hope everyone understood that. Hey, we got Hex is the way in the house. Hey guys, also now Hex is the way. I think I need to go back and watch a little bit more of that last video you posted because I watched it and it's really good information. I just want to fully grasp it. And guys, if you already understand the T-share and you want to get a more up-to-date view or vantage point on the T-share and what it's projected to do in the coming years, up to I think you even have to 2039. Hex is the way. And if you understand, if you don't understand the T-share already, guys, do a little more research and then go find his channel in this video. It is in depth. You probably will gain something just from listening to it. And Hex is the way is very good at articulating himself and is very easy to listen to. So guys, go check out his channel in his video. And if you like it, please subscribe to Hex is the way. And I'm not sure what you're referring to here, Alonzo. Let's see here. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. We're getting close here to the end. And we've got a few minutes left before we start talking about Pulse and how to make sure that everyone in here knows how to make sure they have Pulsechain for Mainnet. So DeFi Jedi, welcome to the stream. I just bought Hex for the snapshot. Shall I mint Hedron on ETH to maximize the gains to get Hedron 2 on Pulse? Here's the thing. With Hedron, you don't need to mint it right now. You can claim it, which I recommend you doing. Claim it as soon as possible because you get the bonus. And then let it just do its thing because all of the rewards that you get on Ethereum for Hedron that you haven't minted yet, that will all get copied over to the Pulsechain network, right? So let's say you have one T-share and you get paid 1,000 Hedron per day at a 6x multiplier. So you're getting like 7,000 Hedron a day, right? Let's say you go for 7 days, you're a weekend and Pulsechain launches, right? So what is that? Is it 49? I think it's 49. I think. Oh God. No, it's 43. I can't almost not do math anymore. Wow, it's been a while. You have 43,000 Hedron that have built up. That 43,000 Hedron that have been built up also gets copied over with your stake onto the Pulsechain Ethereum. Or wow, the Pulsechain network. So you don't need to mint now, right? Just because it's extra gas. It's not extra gas, but if you're going to wait to the end, if you were going to wait to the end anyways, just do that because you're just going to have to make another transaction down the road to get the Hedron at a later date. All right, guys, we're getting close. I found on YouTube you have great outlook and level head, which is direly needed in our community. I really appreciate you saying that. I'm trying my best. It's really hard sometimes not to get caught up in all the hype, but we got to try and be as objective as we can here. Excuse me, guys. I'm just going to grab a quick drink. All right. Let's check in. 123 likes. We got 180 watching. Guys, let's get up to 150. I think we can do 150 likes during this stream. Let's do it. If you haven't already, please smash that like button. And if you're enjoying this stream and you want to see more like this, please smash that big red button slightly down to the right of it. And I would really appreciate that. Thank you all so much for coming. I can't believe we have 183 of you in here. This is amazing. It's so cool to see this many people in one space excited for Pulsechain and wanting to learn. Oh, it's so cool. I can't wait for this all to go live. I'm not in Toronto. I am in an undisclosed location in BC. That's all I will say. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's see. What is Hedron? This is a good question. We're at the 1 hour mark here, so I'm just quickly going to go to the down to the bottom of the comments. What I am going to do though is I am going to write down to make sure before the end of the stream that we talk about Hedron real quick. And if we don't get to Hedron this video or this stream, guys, we will get to Hedron very soon. Okay. I'll make sure that. And Alonzo, if you have time, I made a video. It's one of my earlier videos. So the quality isn't quite as good as what I'm doing now, but the content's still not bad. And it will explain what Hedron is to you if you go watch that. It's like Hex users got free Hedron, I think is the video name. So go to that one and check it out. And I hope that answers your question. If not, I will answer that in a future stream, which I will be streaming tomorrow and later tonight on another channel as well. So hope that suffices for now. All right, let's keep going here. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you got it, Casey. So if I bridge, for example, 1000 hex EHEX on Pulsechain, the hex will keep its value from the ETH network and be called EHEX on the Pulsechain network. Yes. So the 1000 Ethereum hex moved over to the Pulsechain, right, will be called EHEX on Pulsechain. Correct. All right. Okay, guys. The only thing we're going to do here is I'm sorry if we haven't gotten to your question, but I do want to make sure we actually get to the Pulsechain stuff here. So let's go to, okay, Thais, just to answer your question, you don't need to go all caps, but yes, you will. Okay, so when it comes to Pulsechain, the easiest way, so there's one main spot you can make sure you have Pulsechain. Okay, if you go to freepulse.io and you come to here, you click on this thing, you do the little CAPTCHA, which I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh yeah, you can. Cool. You go to this, you click on whatever it is. What is this? A truck? Okay, you click the truck. Boom, 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 and it's going to roll this number. Okay, so now whatever this number is, you can come down here and see that this lucky number. Oh gee, oh my, oh gee, oh geez. So, oh yeah, there we go. So the lucky number that I got was like what, 7,281. So that means I rolled between here to here. That means I get one pulse, and you can do this. Oh my God. Okay. So you can do this every single hour of every single day, and you could win between 1 and 1.4 million pulse every single hour. Now, if we do the math on this real quick, if you have one pulse token, okay, and the gas fee, actually, let's do this here real quick. Let's go to app.v2.testnet. Let's trade one. So it's a 1 to 2.5 ratio right now. Interesting. Okay, so let's just swap this real quick. Okay, now let's see. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. Okay, hold on. Let me make sure you can see what I'm doing here. One sec. Tester. Can you guys see that? Oh, you guys can't see it. Okay, so what I'm looking at on my screen, because I don't know how to make you guys see it, is the gas fee. And the total gas fee is 0.0006. Okay. So that's 0.0006 of a PLS token is the gas fee. So what that means is you're likely to get with one PLS token that you get from this website, one PLS, you're likely to get between 1,000 and 10,000 Pulse transactions. That's crazy. Think about that. You need one. That's it. And you can do 10,000 transactions. Possible, probably more likely a little less, like between 1,000 and 10,000, probably closer to the 1,000 mark. But still, guys, you understand how cool that is, right? That's nuts. So when Pulsechain goes live, because everything, like I said, everything when it gets copied over, when the mainnet goes live, will be changed and will switch over. Like, even if you manage to get like, where is it here? Let's go to the pools. Even if you manage to earn, I wonder what's going to be on this one. Yeah, this thing's been sitting here for a while. I actually almost forgot about this. If you have a bunch of stuff in here and you're like, oh, I'm making money, this is all getting wiped out. This is all just test. This is all going to zero. Like, this, none of this actually matters right now, right? So when it comes to Pulsechain, you need to just, you forget about these balances. It'll all get reset. And remember that when this, so, okay, actually, question, how many in here have watched my last video? Not my last one, second last one, talking about the, oh, what was the title of the video called again? I can't even remember. It's been a blur. It's been a blur. Where was it? Oh, the 4 steps you need to know. So one of the questions was the TPLS and how to get that. So the simplest way you can get Pulse, again, is freepulse.io, and you will have that from the get-go. The moment it goes live, here's the thing. When mainnet goes live, so I'm hoping you guys all have understood this already or heard of this, but this is an important detail to know about when Pulsechain goes live, okay? There is a 24 to 48 hour period where this Pulse ramp, this guy here, will not be active, okay? When this is live, will be, 24 to 48 hours in. Until then, you will not be able to bridge in anything from Ethereum. There will be no value on the actual tokens. Okay. So why it's important to know this is that if you were planning to sit and just wait and not make a move for this, which I would highly recommend you, if you haven't already, go and check out my video called the first 24 to 48 hours, Pulsechain mainnet pre-bridge, I think it is. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Quickly here, just because I'm seeing this. Hey, Charity. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you so much for coming. So when that happens, you have 24 to 48 hours to accumulate all Pulse that you need for transactions. You could go to freepulse.io every single hour for 24 hours. And worst case, you'll get 24 Pulse and you'll have 24,000 transactions most likely that you'll be good for. You know, and if they do 10,000x, you might have $24. But you have time, right? So all I'm trying to say here is you don't need to worry about having to rush. Okay. If you are going to, anything pre-Pulsechain launch needs to be thought out and implemented sooner than later, though we probably do have time. But if you make a decision on what you want to hold in your wallet, it's probably better to hold that sooner than later, just in case, especially if you're ready to commit to that. But when it goes live, then you go to freepulse.io. Let's go there again. Free Pulse. And we're going to go. I'm just going to drop this actually in chat for anyone that wants to go here and check it out. Go to this link and you'll be able to connect your wallet and you can withdraw them. And the really cool thing about this website is if you withdraw something, they pay for the fees. You don't pay gas fees. So you don't even have to worry about claiming this and being like, oh, how do I even get it to my wallet? They pay for it. They do it all for you, which is amazing. So you get free Pulse, no fees. Man, we're so close to having everything we need for Pulsechain to just get everyone going. Let me just check something real quick. 155, 181 watching. Guys, one quick thing. What are the odds? Let's try and get up to 170 likes. We got 155 right now. We need 15 likes. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. And if you like the big red one next to it, if that one's tempting you, then go ahead and smash that as well. All right, here's actually, you know what though? We're going to talk about a real quick question. So I'm guessing the parity, let's bring this one up on screen here. I'm guessing the parity for swapping coins will not be 1-to-1. For swapping, most likely not, because what happens is when things are bridged over and that pool is created, let's say hex, right? So there's the Pulsechain hex and E hex is bridged over. And when E hex and hex from Pulsechain are paired together, they're more than likely going to have to be paired at 1-to-1 for that initial ratio for the pool. Okay. But after the first few trades, that ratio is going to change, right? So we don't know exactly what the price is going to be. We don't know where it's going to start for sure. It will likely start at parity just due to it being the same coin from a different chain, but we'll see. Okay. It's wise to just watch and see what's going on and not make any hasty moves and make a move too soon that you regret, because there's just a lot of opportunity for people that know how to work these systems to make a situation that benefits them more than you, right? So the free pulse that you get right now for free, are they real? Can you use them when it goes live? Okay, so everything that happens, so the freepulse.io is on testnet right now, right? That's included in this. It's running on testnet. So any pulse you pull out, let's say you win the 1.4 million, the pulse here, even if you win this, it still goes away when Pulsechain mainnet goes live. Everything that happens on testnet is not real, and it will reset once mainnet goes live. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's wise to just wait and see. Okay. If you see, okay, here's the thing. If you do your own research and you are confident that you know exactly what you want to trade for and you know how to tell what the ratios are, and which if you want to see the ratios, it is not honestly super, super hard, but it's super easy to go past it as though it's not even there and just make a trade, right? Because watch this. Here's how you tell. One, you see this number here, it says 2.52. So this is pulse to PLSX. So this means that there's one pulse equals 2.52 PLSX. You can also come here and find out what the ratio is for the coins just by doing this. And we could go to any of them. Let's go to hex. So one pulse is equal to 0.001 hex. And if we invert this, so we could see one hex is equal to 890 pulse. Right? So this is how you would see what the ratios are in the pools. And you want to have a predetermined ratio in your head of roughly what you're willing to pay. Because we don't know how realistic the ratios that are in here are representations of what the market actually thinks. These are most likely just unrealistic to a degree. They may have some representation, but they're very likely to change once Pulsechain goes live. Okay. Another question here. Do I need PLS address to receive the PLS and MM? Yeah, exactly. So when you open up your MetaMask, you go to pulsechain.com. And I'm going to copy this and I'll paste it in the chat as well. Go here and type in. So in your MetaMask, I really wish, actually, you know what? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second here. And I'll go to window and let's do this. So if I go to on the top of my wallet here, hopefully this is my test wallet. Yeah. So at the top here, you can go to Pulsechain, like this guy right here, where it says the top of the networks are, and you have to add network. And when you do that, you can then add in the Pulsechain nest, the testnet, RPC, the chain ID, the current symbol, and it will also allow you to. It'll show you the PulseX, the pulse ramp, the staking for PLS. So you can go to the block explorer, all the links you need, including even the sacrifice checker for your balances. If you did sacrifice, will all be here as well. So again, You come to the top of the MetaMask, you open this up, click this top little whatever network you're on with a little drop down arrow is, and you press add network. It'll bring you to this screen. You type in the 5 pieces of info you need, which are on pulsechain.com, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it should automatically, the block explorer URL is, where is it here? Block explorer is right here. So you'd take this, boom, and you copy that and you would paste it here, boom. Okay. It's as simple as that. You could literally just copy each one of these in and it's as easy as that. I hope that answers that question. All right, let's get out of this again. And let's go to cool. Let's just catch up with the chats real quick here, guys. Exactly, Crypto Journeyman. Exactly. That's what I've been saying. I don't think it's smart to sell if you can get reward tokens that don't sell down your original investment. Consider your original investment the golden goose, and that's the last possible resort. Let's see here. D Big, thanks for the content. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. You know, this is pretty cool. This channel started like 3 weeks ago, and I'm blown away by it. To me, it just seems it's so important. People really, really want to know. And it's cool that I'm able to deliver it in a way that you guys like. It's pretty cool. I think this is really gonna be something special when Pulsechain goes live. And if we can get more people in the know for this situation, the more of us can win to get, it's just such a cool thought. That many people doing well off this whole ecosystem. I just absolutely love that. Astro Rev. Hey, thanks, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Every single one of you that are here right now, I appreciate the hell out of you. Can't say it enough. This is true. The testnet will exist, but the mainnet will be like your reset as far as your actual tokens are concerned, and you will not have to worry about missing anything or messing anything up on the mainnet if you're doing it on Pulsechain. Let's see here. That's a good question here. You'll have to do this again when mainnet is live, as the RPC settings will be different to testnet. Exactly. Yes, I will. Okay. This is what I will say to you guys. The moment I know anything about mainnet, if something changes, I'll do an emergency stream. Okay. I will be just going off on Twitter. I'll make sure everyone knows. I will be one of the first people up the moment I see it, unless I'm like so far away from my computer and unable to be here. I'll make sure you guys are completely up to date the moment I know anything. Okay. I'll tweet out if Richard is ever streaming, doing any announcements. I will make sure of that as soon as they change. And I appreciate that, Vic. I appreciate you subbing. It's so cool to see so many people in here. 185 of us just chilling. Where was the other question I saw back here? I think it's this one. All right. So what's the best and cheapest way to buy Hex right now? It is 1 inch. You basically set like a limit order, or is that called a limit order? And I'm out of the know when it comes to this, but I believe K4K, Crypto Coffee, they've covered it. I haven't covered it yet. I typically just buy through hex.com. That's what I've seen seems like the best way to do it. For me, I just haven't used 1 inch yet, but from everyone that I've heard, 1 inch is awesome. Go check it out. I probably should do a video on it pretty soon. That's actually a good idea. What's the cheapest way to buy Hex right now? I like that. I'm going to write that down. I have a video or a pen. I don't. Okay. Well, I guess I can't write that down. I'll just remember that. What's the cheapest way to buy Hex? Awesome. Love it. All right. Let's see here. Oh, you got some intel. You got some intel for us, don't you there, Daniel? If it's actually 369, that's pretty cool. That's pretty damn cool. All right. Thanks for live stream. I'm learning a lot. You were doing a good job. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm hoping I'm being really clear and concise. I'm trying not to go too far into too many technical details. Trying to keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. Limit orders are good on 1 inch. If you like using USDC and you got free money, it's a game, and you got the fee money, because there is a fee initially when you start it up. It's a game changer. I haven't used it yet because when I was buying, I didn't have the money for it at the time. So guys, check that out. Go. There are definitely YouTube videos. I'm sure Crypto Coffee's done some stuff on it. Okay, here, let's go. I sacrificed 1 BNB. What should I do now? Best strategy. Alex, what do you, okay, so the question, best strategy for what? What are you wanting to do? And what are you wanting to acquire, or what are you wanting to accomplish with what you sacrifice? Are you wanting to give me a little more details than that, and I can try and give you some food for thought. Oh, we got a New Zealander in the house. Oh, right on. Hey, is it Age? Augie? I'm Hi from New Zealand. I'm sorry if I don't know which way to say it. It's got to be Aj or I. I'm just not sure which one it is. Maybe it's Age. Age Hodson? Maybe it's just that simple. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's so cool to see so many people from all over the world. It's awesome. Do we have to go to ETH network to cash out if we cannot bridge over to BSC or CRO, etc.? Yeah, so that's one of the unknowns. We don't know yet for sure what will be any off ramps or on ramps onto Pulsechain specifically. We're going to be waiting. Like I said, when I know something like that, I'll make a video or we'll stream about it. We'll go over it, make sure everyone is in the know as soon as possible. But right now, it's most likely if we have let's say everything went live today. Yeah, you'd have to bring it over to the ETH network to cash out if you wanted to cash out. But I would just remind you to keep in mind that if you cash out now or soon, especially if you hold PulseX, right? You may not, it may not make the most sense. And hear me out here. If you sell your PulseX, you cannot earn the rewards that your PulseX could get you if you go here. Because I'm going to explain this for anyone that doesn't already know. Just to make sure everyone, I don't want to skip over anything. So some of you guys may already have seen this. Many of you guys have probably already seen this. But in this here, on the app, the testnet for PulseX, you can go to earn and go to pools, right? So from the main screen here, top, we go earn, we go pools, we click this, and you have these pools that you can stake PLSX in. You can earn more tokens. So now this is placeholder token. This isn't the actual token that you're going to earn. This is just a placeholder token that will be replaced with other tokens that will actually be able to be voted on within a decentralized autonomous organization that only the PLSX holders, so the PulseX holders, can vote on changes or reward tokens or pools or changes to those pools. So if you sell your PulseX, you are taking out or you're removing what you could be using to gain basically a yield without touching your original investment. So just seriously consider that before you actually sell and get rid of your golden goose. All right, here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do a future video at some point here on the cold wallet. I'm going to bring Papa B on at some point. I'd love to get in touch with him and really just go over security, make sure everyone knows. That's actually something that I need to do sooner than later, especially with Pulsechain coming out. I really want to make sure that everyone has their stuff locked in and loaded and there's no issues and everyone knows what to do and what not to do. Just check something real quick here. We got 190 likes. What are the chances, guys? If we get to 200 likes, if you haven't liked the stream already, I would love if you smash that thumbs up button. And if you liked it, please, that big red button next to it, everyone likes smashing the big red button. Smash the big red button. Hey, no problem, Thais. Hey, I appreciate that, my friend. Hey, love from BC. Yeah, let's go. BC's the bomb, man. I love BC. It's so nice here. From Thailand. Oh, wow. Welcome. Welcome, Last Border. So cool. We got so many different people in here. This is amazing. Yes, guys, this should be like, if I could tattoo this, Tattoo this on your forehead, in your mind, like on the inside of your forehead, but like tattoo it there. Oh, I got it. I got it right. Tice. Nice. Oh man. Oh, that's awesome. Let's go, Hexicans. Hello from Canada. Let's make this generational wealth. Woo! Let's make it. It's going to happen, I think. I think it may take a while, but I do think that there's so much going on that there's no doubt in my mind that there's opportunities to make that happen. Hey, we got GRC up in here. What's up, brother? We're just chilling. We're talking strategies. We're making sure everyone's in the know for the basics, and even more talking strats about how to do PulseX, Pulsechain, making sure everyone's in the loop. Hope you're having a good night. Hope those beers are treating you well, man. Let's see here. Power City will solve being able to off ramp and on ramp with their bridge with BNB AVAX and other chains like that. I don't know about Power City actually. I'm making a little thing here. One sec. Let me just write this down in a pages. I have a lot of research to do. Cheapest way to buy hex. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Thank you for that, Flat Earth Underground. Okay, let me read this here. Concerned about hex crashing after the bridge opens. Want to buy hex to bridge and swap for PLS, but concerned about possible crash. I don't. If we look at I mean, here's the thing. Are the majority of people in hex right now, or of the majority of people that are in hex right now, what is the likelihood that they understand the power of hex and are probably not willing to send off for any other token any large portion of hex, period? Right? And if we take that as variable one, and variable two as the people that are sick of Ethereum may want to come over to Pulsechain and bridge over some or all of their hex, that would offset sellers. So I think that it's very unlikely, like extremely unlikely, that hex crashes. I think we could see a little bit of a dip on Ethereum, but I can tell you, I don't think it's going to last long. I think the people that know about hex the people that understand hex will want to get that cheap hex ASAP. Like they will be just super stoked if the price goes down, right? People with money want to buy cheap hex because if they know how it works. What's good? I'm gonna come back to you there, Butters, in a sec. Separate computer for crypto. GRC. Man, we gotta talk about that tomorrow. I'm gonna bring you know what? When it'd be cool to have you on. I don't want to bring up any PTSD because I know you and Papa B. Was it you and Papa B that were on the stream with whales? I think it was, but I don't want to bring up bad memories. But listen to this, man. Jim Rat knows. Separate computer for crypto, and I haven't gotten there yet, but the moment I can, that is exactly what I'm going to do. And I advise anyone to consider this. That way you don't click on any links, you don't click on anything that's fishy, because there is some seriously elaborate scams out there nowadays, and you have to watch. The other day, actually, I saw in my I was trying to download a zip file from the PulseX website, which I know is obviously safe, and when I went to extract the zip file, there was this other file in there that was like "Stand with Ukraine," and it was a zip file. And so someone trying to fish something onto my site. So guys, be really careful with what you click on. Like, don't click on anything you don't know what it is. Like, please, 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 please. I want no one else to get scammed. If we can prevent one person from getting scammed, that's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Period. Exactly. Oh, I know. It's crazy. It's crazy, GRC. It's so cool. Smash that bell as well. Smash it. All right, here. Let's just keep going. We're about the hour and a half. All right. I bought PulseX at the launch, but only put in like 800. Okay, guys. Actually, I'm gonna pull this down for a sec because please, I think it's very wise if we all understand that while we want to talk about balances and it's okay to acknowledge that maybe we did sacrifice, we should really try and keep the amount that we sacrificed off the internet. It doesn't take a lot of money for you to be targeted. Like there's people that I've seen online that had maybe $1,000 or less than $1,000 that got targeted and got all their funds removed. Please, guys, it's not worth it. If you have a question and you want to know the answer, if there's a private way to message or like, just please don't put that out, especially on something that's being recorded. That's the worst way to do it. And I don't want to like put you on the spot there, Andrew. Sorry about that, but it's really important to not have our balances or the amounts on the internet. Like on testnet's okay because it's pretty easy to start small and like you can earn rewards so fast on here that it's easy to get these numbers. But these numbers don't mean anything, right? These numbers really don't. But if you're posting how much you actually sacrifice, that's a whole different story, guys. So please just consider that. If you claim Hedron from your HEX stake, but you have not minted it, will you still get Hedron airdropped on Pulsechain? Oh, yes, you will, Tice. You will. As soon as Pulsechain goes live, anything that you could mint that has been claimed on Ethereum will also get duplicated onto Pulsechain, so you're going to be doubling up. That's why it's really cool if you buy HEX as an additive bonus to why I think HEX is a very good investment right now. Going into Pulsechain is that if you buy HEX, you have the option to stake and get Hedron on Ethereum. Then you're getting Pulse HEX, right? And you're getting Pulsechain Ethereum. So you're getting 4 for 1, and you're buying HEX close to the lowest it's been since it's been low for a while, and it's due to come up at some point. We may sit here for a little while. I'm not saying you're buying now before the price pumps, but I'm saying that it's looking like HEX is a pretty good buy from a lot of people that I hear, and from my own opinion. It seems that's a consensus, is that it seems like it's a healthy buy right now. So you're getting 4 for 1 at a discount from what's been for an all-time high. You can think of it like that. But again, do your own research when it comes to buying stuff. Don't take my advice. I'm just some dude on the internet. Please do your own research. Hey, Vancouver representing my mainland brother. Welcome, Captain Anthony. We got from Iceland. We got everybody in here. Holy, we got the globe. That's awesome. Let's see here. Sorry for all the same questions and continue text. Just super stoked for your knowledge and inputs. Thanks again for BC Canada. Hey, man, I'm very happy to help. That's why I do these streams. There's no dumb questions. If you have a question, this is the place to ask it, okay? I would rather answer a question a million times than not answer your question and you get wrecked because someone was just like annoyed of answering the same question. That's why I have this channel, is to make people in the know, even if I have to answer the same question 10,000 times, right? Doesn't matter to me. That's why I'm doing this. Oh, sick. Okay, yeah. So if you have an episode, okay, yeah, I would love to go over that. I'd love to talk about that. We got 207. Is that where we're at right now? 216. Holy, we got 216 likes, guys. You guys are crushing it. Thank you. You know what I might do? I think, because I have another stream tonight after this, which I'm going to go on with Jen Hex and a few others. But I think that I'm going to, if it's like if it's not too long, or I can skip into it a little bit, I'm going to try and dip into that and understand a little bit about it. And then that way we can come on tomorrow and we can, figure out even more than maybe what I would have been able to just by coming on completely fresh. But that's awesome. I'd love to talk about that tomorrow, the GRC. Let's see here. Crypto Freedom. I'm a fellow Canadian, from the land of maple syrup. Living in BC. Canada represent. You can sack for Power City up until Pulse launch, but please do not research, guys. Any sacrifice you do, you should only sacrifice the money that you're willing to throw away. If you never saw that money come back to you, that's the only money that you should sacrifice. And you should only sacrifice to something that you fully understand. If you want to take a risk, okay, fair enough. But please make sure that you know what you're sending your money to. Okay, do as much research. Make sure that the devs are not anonymous. Make sure it doesn't look shady. Like, try and vet it as much as possible. Ask other people. Ask for opinions. Like, don't just, you're not alone. We're all in this as a community together, right? Let's see here. Let's keep going. Here's one. If you have lots of hex, staked hex, Pulse and PulseX, would you consider just holding all for 5 years the best strategy, or is there a better option? Well, there's a few. I mean, if you think about, there's a couple quotes. I think Richard said this. It's not time. It's not timing the market. It's time in the market. So I mean, if you hold for 5 years, you're gonna be really happy. But yeah, staking your hex. I mean, to make them, it depends on your life and what you want, though, right? Like, if you want to structure your life to benefit from crypto as soon as possible, as well as then you get the gains from other coins that are you can utilize for those longer term benefits like hex. um that's maybe the way to do it. Like, maybe you use PulseX as a reward, like you generate the rewards off of it, and you utilize those rewards for maybe like part of your livable income, right? And then when it gets to a certain point, um you decide to take profits from maybe Pulse, because Pulse has gone like 14 or 15,000 X in 5 years. And then maybe by the 10-year mark, when your stake has matured, it's a 10-year stake, then you have all those hex gains that you've got from your yield, right? So you can structure it so that way, if you so chose, where you never really have to take too much profit, and you can benefit off of the performance of your of the way you can utilize the token with the smart contract, or with how it's made to function, without selling it, or selling it as late as possible, so it's worth the most if you do need to sell it, right? Because it's way better to, if like, let's say you have a billion Pulse, right? That means basically you put in, I'm not gonna do the math, but essentially, if Pulsechain is at 10 cents and you sell for $100,000, cool. But if you sell $100,000, if you sell for $100,000 at $1, that's 10 times less Pulse you had to sell. So if you structure your investments to how you want to utilize them over the coming years, you can benefit the most off them. And I hope that made sense. I went a little bit of a rant there. Yeah, guys, going back to the computer comment, you don't need anything crazy. You don't need a MacBook Pro 15-inch screen with like 5 billion megahertz gram. Okay, I tried to make a joke. Wasn't that funny? Let's see here. But you don't need like crazy, like 32 gigs RAM or anything like that. You don't need anything. Just get something. Hey, y'all. Also, PLS, please go like the new Hexagon, please. Live streamer channel, Gen Hex. Yes, guys, I'm streaming with him after this stream. Gen Hex, Craig Wadding. He'll be going live, and we are going to hang out a little more. Kind of dox myself, dude. I'm all of it. This isn't the only thing I do. People are going to connect the dots soon here. I got a podcast as well. People are going to know who I am. I talk about crypto on that podcast too. And so it's inevitable at some point. It is what it is. What's up from Tahiti? Yeah. Oh, it sounds like you had an experience there, Astro. I'm so sorry if that's what it is. All right. Let's see here. We got Flat Earth Underground. Better, easier to buy PLS with EHEX or PHEX after launch, or not mess with the ratios and then rather use stable USDC and DCA and wait for dips after initial pump. Let me read it again. Better, easier to buy PLS with EHEX and like, here's the thing. There's two ways to look at that, right? If you want to, it depends on how you value your hex, right? Because all the gains that you've got, like if you bought hex, let's say January last year, you're still up over 10x. That means you're doubling your original investment, and whatever the multiple you got on your investment is getting copied over. So that could still grow. You know, do you want to remove because what you're essentially doing is you're removing from what your potential gains could be in that token that you are no longer holding as much of, right? So if you want to maintain your hex on either chain and you really don't want to sell them, I think the best strategy is to DCA in with a stable coin, or buy whatever, doesn't matter. And yeah, it's USDC if you want to hold it for a little while, and then DCA in would be a wise decision if you didn't want to remove your hex from your bag, essentially. All right. Let's see, keep going. This is what it sounded like more and more every day that I hear about it. Let's see here. One can get up to 12x more shares with SimUSD now than an all-time high. Exactly. And if you stake it, like if it made sense, if you looked at everything that's going on and you thought, I could stake now or I could wait. I would like to stake now, but should I wait? If you're on that fence and you're leaning more to the staking now, you're essentially locking in your T-share payout at a lower rate for longer. So right now, let's go to go.hex.com. Actually, hold on. I'm on the Pulsechain network. The right wallet open. Cool. Yeah, just gonna make sure here. All right. So you go here. We're in the Hex staking website. This is the current share price for Hex. This means that if you lock in your Hex, let's say you do 50,000. This is a number here. Let's do 10 years. So it's like 3850 or something like that. So you're basically buying. The way this works is the system is giving you credit as though you're getting paid for holding 150,000 Hex for only having 50,000 Hex. And not only that, you are locking in your share price for 10 years, which is roughly around what this is, for 21,000 Hex. Since the beginning, somewhere around day 200-ish, I think, in the beginning days of Hex anyways, the Hex T-share price started at 10,000. And we've gone up to 21,000. Over the course of the next 10 years, we're likely to go up to maybe like 60, 70, 80, 90,000 Hex per T-share. Meanwhile, you're still getting paid as though you're getting paid for locking in your Hex T-shares at 21,000 and still get, even when it's 70,000 Hex per T-share, you're still getting paid at the rate of 7 T-shares, which is super cool, right? So if you're thinking about it, you lock it in now, you get double that as well from Pulsechain. And yeah, you get 12 more shares with the same USD. It just makes so much sense. All right, let's keep going here. Yeah, Kevin, it's a single-sided staking pool. So you want to come to this site here, app, testnet, swap, and you're going to the top, go to earn, click on pools, and then you're going to click in here. And this isn't the token that's going to be rewarded when Mainnet goes live, but there will be different tokens in here that you'll be able to vote on with your PLSX and earn more tokens with your tokens and never have to sell your PLSX. That's the simple version of answering that. Food magic, we don't know yet. Soon, between a month and fall, I would say, is when something starts to change, most likely. But that I could be completely wrong. So just pay attention, and you never know. All right, let's keep going here. I'm a Sask boy. Nice, the Prairie boy. Lived in Sask for about 2 months, and then I got out of there. I couldn't do it. That, mind you, I was in Saskatoon. Saskatoon wasn't too bad, but I did not like Moose Jaw. Oof. Or Regina, actually. Was not a fan. Let's see. I'll try and answer this one here. So for someone with a lot of coins in CFI, which is centralized finance, is it worth transferring to a ledger for the snapshot? It feels like Hex is the only useful thing before the snapshot. The thing is that that's the most thing I've researched, and that seems like the best use of the snapshot is to hold your money in Hex. But in regards to transferring to a ledger, the thing that I'm struggling to figure out, because I did help family, and they sent some from a ledger, but the thing is you can't update the ledger account or the network, and so they have to update it on their end, and then you can upload it to your wallet and it'll be copied in there. So when it comes to ledger, yes, you should be able to get that network corrected once Pulsechain goes live. I can't see why they don't update the network settings. That would make zero sense. But the one thing that I'm thinking, and only thinking, this is speculation, just food for thought, is there may be a period of time that the coins on your ledger may not be able to be accessed until Ledger actually updates the Ledger Live app. Okay, so just keep that in mind. The alternative to that, I know it's not a cold wallet, it's a hot wallet, but MetaMask would be the alternative. And there is ways where you can migrate your ledger onto MetaMask. I'm not touching that. That's Papa B's business. It's not something I want to go to. I am not even close to as well versed as he is. But let's keep going here. Isn't PulseX SAC finished? Yes, it is finished. You can technically still do it, but it is not a good rate. I wouldn't recommend doing it, to say the least. I think it's something to do with his titles, because K4K got the same thing, is what it was. Something about free airdrops and blah 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 blah. But yeah, YouTube's been they've definitely been cracking down, it seems, on those kind of titles. All right, let's keep going here. Hey, Bobby's in the chat. Bobby Hexerod, welcome. No disrespect, but doing absolutely nothing is a solid option too. Just hodl. Absolutely. And steak is meat. And yeah, exactly. This steak is what you do with Hex. Yeah. Yeah. Good call. Yeah. If you think that doing nothing is better, do it. Not doing nothing might be actually the best play. You know, if you just do nothing and you stake and you sit and you wait, you might actually benefit the most out of anyone. You know, that might be the smartest play. A lot of what I'm trying to do is just put different scenarios out there so that way you guys can think. But this is the tried and true way to make the most out of whatever tokens you're holding. I mean, look at Richard. He just held for how many years with Bitcoin, and he's doing pretty well, it seems. So you don't need to do all this fancy stuff to try and make money. The one thing you're holding, which is Hex, if that's what it is someday going to do a lot better than what it's doing right now. It's, in my mind, at least inevitable. And I don't want to make false promises here, but the way it's designed, I don't see how it couldn't. Anything can happen, but sitting on it and using it like it's supposed to without trying to game things and just staying calm may be the best strategy in this situation. Let's see here. This is an easy question. Yeah, let's do this one here. So how realistic is PRT token yield going to be to reality? Okay, so I think you mean like in comparison to testnet. I don't think what we're seeing here is realistic at all. I have no idea what it's going to do, but I don't think that's realistic. Yes, yeah, your staked hex move in price. So basically, the entire stake value will fluctuate, and I think it gets refreshed every day at midnight UTC, which is 4 p.m. Pacific time. It flips over. So every single day, you should get a refresh on what the price is for the entire stake. And Astro, you trying to get me canceled? I can't. I'm not saying that here. I'm not saying that here. And I think my comment just spoke volumes to what I might say. So enough of that. Hey, don't forget the Philippines. Hey, shout out to the Philippines. Let's keep going here. So it's the staked. The hex staked is basically a sum of the entire hex in the stake, right? So that's if you have 10 hex in a stake, that entire value of the 10 hex will be shown plus the interest or the yield, sorry, from the inflation that you've made, and that will be accumulated into the value of your entire stake. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is, Vic. It definitely is. I used to have a GSXR 750, and it was fun to go through there because it's nice and flat and you can rip. But couldn't get out of there fast enough, not gonna lie. Let's see here. This is a good question to talk about for a sec here. If you miss the sack phases, should we wait until launches and catch the dip? Well, let me see. If you miss the sack phases, should we wait until launch? Well, you can't really do anything. Yeah, I mean, like if you sacrifice now, the problem you're guaranteeing on one hand, you're guaranteeing that you're getting yourself either PulseX. If you sacrifice for Pulsechain now, like you're getting a horrible rate. Horrible. But if you do sacrifice for PulseX, you are getting a pretty bad rate. But you are guaranteeing you have some. But really, in my mind, if you're wanting to get more than just like a handful, then there's going to be better opportunities than what you pay now. I do believe. I don't think the price is going to go like parabolic in the first week. I think we'll see a good jump because there's a lot of hype and a lot of people are excited about it. But I think you'll see some dips, and I think that would be the safest way to do it and the best use of your money. Not financial advice, but I would say consider what you think the price will do. And I personally don't think the price is going to spike. So I think waiting would be, in my mind, my first option if I was in your shoes. But again, really think it through and think what makes the most sense to you as well. Brazology is here. Hey, what's up, Brazology? Hope you're doing well. Hope we're having a good night. Let's see. I would like to do a video or something on liquid loans in the future. I am not researched enough to make any comments on it. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to preemptively say good or bad about anything that I haven't done my due diligence on or be able to fully explain to you. So maybe one day I'll be able to actually comment on that. But for now, I will not. I'll hold off. All right, let's keep going. Daniel's, yeah, sorry, Bobby. Daniel's here for the steak. All right, let's see. Don't forget to, yeah, exactly. Well, let's see here. Because I got on, well, here's the thing. The PRT is just a fake number. So, I mean, if you really want to know, I think it's like maybe 300 to 500 PRT tokens, but it doesn't mean anything because the token's not actually anything and it has no value. And the APR is probably way higher than what it's going to be when we go live. So, I mean, it's a useless number to really think about, to be honest. No, you're going to need to bring your hex back onto layer 1, which is Ethereum, because I don't think it's not copying the layer 2. From the best of my knowledge, I should say, it just doesn't make sense. No. Yeah, you should bring your hex over to Ethereum, just to be sure. Buy as much hex as you can before launch. I agree. Let's see. How do you stake hex and Polychain? Should be the same thing. Let's see here. What's the best way to buy PLS without sacrificing at launch? You don't need to sacrifice at launch. You can just get some from freepulse.io for enough for transactions, or you can actually play your cards right and use a strategy like through buying hex and getting it copied over to be able to trade it for PLS once it goes live. Yeah, the Jixers. I miss that bike, man. I really do. I want to get one at some point here, but for now, a car will do. CBR. I actually did a race with a buddy that had a CBR at the time. It's a fast bike. I mean, not as fast as the 750. That thing actually scared the crap. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about this. So the first time when I was in Saskatoon with that bike, I just got it. I just got my license. I was like, all right, I'm gonna take this bike out and I'm just gonna get used to it. Right. I had not really a clue what I bought. I knew it was like that's a fast bike, but that was about it. So I take the bike out on the highway and I'm on the side of the road. I wait for a bunch of cars to pass. It's like in the middle of the night. And then I'm like, okay, here we go. So I rev it up and I get going and I floor it, or I just absolutely pin it wide open. And it got to the end of first gear so fast that I was bouncing off rev limiter for like a few seconds before I realized I could shift again. It scared the crap out of me, but that bike was sick. I miss it so much. Miss those adrenaline rushes. Let's see here. Let's go down. Has the final snapshot happened yet? If not, how long before the launch do you think it will happen? Thanks for answering my other question before. Hey, no problem, SDW Crypto. The snapshot we don't have an answer on. It's most likely coming in the future, or there's a range. If not, how long before the launch do you think it will happen? I don't want to say. Probably no. It could happen sooner than later, or it can happen at the time of snapshot, anywhere in between. And that's all I have for you on that front. I don't want to give you a false, any kind of false hope when it might come. Let's see here. All right, we're at 241 likes. Holy man, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. This has been awesome. We're only going to be here for another like 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm going to jump over to Craig's Gen Hex's stream, which I would love for you guys to come and hang out and to show him some love. He's going to be streaming again for another couple hours. There's going to be a bunch of us there as well. It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a little more talking about this, talking about that, like all over the map. Be a little bit of a different stream, but it'll be great. I would love for you guys to come and hang out as well. So let's keep going. Let's see. Sam, no, PRT doesn't have any actual value. It's not an actual token. It's a placeholder token. It will be changed to whatever reward tokens are actually coming out or actually going to be awarded when Mainnet goes live. Oh yeah, share the link for his channel. Okay, yeah. Good call. Good call. Gen Hex. Let's see here. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna have to go and let's go in here. Sent a link. 350. Oh wow, I thought he was going on at 5. All right. Well, okay. I think you know what we should almost do? I'm thinking I might just jump. Yeah, I will. Let me go to his stream real quick. I gotta find it here. Gen Hex. Let's see, Craig Wadding. Gen Hex. There we go. All right. Subscribe. And he's live. Guys, okay, here's what we're going to do, guys. Everyone in the chat right now, we are going to go there all together. I'm going to end this stream, and we're going to go and hang out with Gen Hex. All 170 of us are going to go over there. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna do this again tomorrow at 4 p.m. Okay. I also am going to be doing a stream with Jim Rat Crypto tomorrow morning, and we're going to be talking a little more loosely on maybe a lot of topics, but it'll be a lot of fun. So tomorrow at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then I'll be going live at 4 p.m. Pacific and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. So everyone, thank you so much for coming to this stream. I'm going to cut it off now. I love you all. This has been so much fun. So cool to see this many of you interested in all this. And I will see you either in the next stream with either Jim Rat or Gen Hex tonight or tomorrow, or I'll see you tomorrow night at 4. So peace out. Have a great evening. I love you.